Hey, Janet Beckers here. Today we're going to talk about squirrels. You know those squirrel, the classic sign of, whoops, there's a squirrel, better go and chase it. We might also call it a bright shiny object. You know what I'm talking about because I have not met a single entrepreneur yet that does not occasionally suffer from the bright shiny object syndrome, the oops, there goes a squirrel syndrome. We all do it. And that's because entrepreneurs are visionaries. We are creative people. We can see different things that we can be doing for our business. We can't help ourselves. It's just really, really normal. Where does it become a problem though? Something that could be celebrated, that is really important for you to come up with ideas that's actually going to improve your business and make life better for your clients, becomes a true negative when you allow that squirrel, that bright shiny object, to distract you from your core purpose. And this is a challenge that so many of us face. And to be honest, so many of us can never ever actually cope with the bright shiny object syndrome. You know what it's like. You can see it in other people very, very clearly when you can see that they're so close to achieving something and then they'll go off on a tangent because this looks like it might be the solution. It doesn't matter if your business is a startup or if it is multi 7, 8, 9 figure. You will have at times temptations from those squirrels. So what do we do about it? We have the Book of Squirrels. If you've watched one of my other videos, which is the Book of Brilliance, this is its partner, the Book of Squirrels. Because the fact is, you can't say to yourself, stop thinking of these ideas, stop looking for these opportunities, because it's in your nature, okay? What you need to do is control them. So when in the Book of Squirrels, every time you get one of these ideas, I want you to go and write it in the Book of Squirrels. But we're not going to stop there, okay? Because I know even though you may have written it down, it's still going to stay in your mind. So we're going to go through a process in the Book of Squirrels that will get this bright shiny object, this squirrel, out of the road and out of your mind. So this is the thing we're going to do. I'm just going to refer to my notes so I make sure I don't miss any here for you. I want you to go through this process. So when you get an idea that is worthy of you putting into the Book of Squirrels, I want you to set aside, it only needs to be something like 10 or 15 minutes because you're going to spend longer than that anyway talking about it, okay? I want you to go through this process. Number one, we need to look at it and analyze it in terms of, right, what problem does this particular squirrel solve? Like if this is for your business, what does it actually do? Who is it helping? So we want to know, who is it helping? What is the problem that it solves? Now, the next thing that we want to know is, what kind of outcome does it achieve? Is this something that's going to be for building your list? Is it going to be for branding? Is it to do with the product? Is it to do with a completely different niche that you're not part of now? Is it for something that you can see as a potential for a future business idea or a trend that you can see happening in the market? I want you to get very clear on what part of your business or what part of a future business or a completely different niche is this solving, and put that down as well. What kind of outcomes would this particular idea deliver? Now, the other things we want to do then is we want to have a look and go, does this particular idea, to implement it, will it be using my strengths? Or will it be using strengths that I already have around me and people I have around me? Or is this an idea that I would have to do some time to get the right people or get the right resources or learn the skills? So have a look at those. What sort of resources have you got now? Is it actually playing to them, or is it something that you need to build on and develop? Now, we're going to have a look at, does this actually complement my existing business, or is this going to be a distraction? So it's something that could be complementing your business. Is you might go, you know what, I've got an idea for a podcast. Now, if the idea that you have for a podcast is really complementary to what you provide through your business, if it's going to be attracting the right clients and building the right relationships with potential joint venture partners that you interview, well, this could be a great thing. It could actually complement your business. However, again, using the idea of a podcast, if you're going, I've got this great idea for a podcast, it's actually nothing related to your business, but it is kind of a fun thing or a really useful thing, but nothing to do with your business. It's a distraction. So you need to get very, very clear. Now, once you've made that decision, okay, is this, if I've worked out that this is something that could be useful for my business, then you need to make the decision, is this something that is actually something that could help me right now with what my current focus is, that I have already determined is my focus for now. If it's in your 90-day plan, for example, if it's going to help, well, then you can go, this is something I need to actually look at in more depth. If you go, well, it's not actually my major focus right now, but I can see this could be good for my business, then you're going to mark it as, this is something I can review, and I'll come back to this. And you may mark it somehow in your book. The other thing you might do is go, you know what? This is a really fun idea, but this is totally, completely different to what I'm doing. So then you have to decide, is this something that I think I would really, really love to do, but not right now? It would be crazy if I do it now. Well, then you can put it down to, let's revisit it. Or is this an idea that you can gift to somebody else? Is this something that you can say maybe to one of your clients or to one of your friends, you know, I've got this great idea and I think it's perfect for you. Is that something you can pass on? Or is this going to be something that's just going to be really good pub talk? Is it going to be something that you're just going to bring over dinner parties? Let's just keep it for that. Okay. Now I'll see if there's any other thing that we need to do. That is the main one. So you can decide if it's going to be a priority or if it's not going to be a priority. Now, once you've decided this, make sure you've cleared it out. You need to make that decision. The decision of, is this important for my business? Yes, no. If it is important, is it important now? Or will I look at this again in 90 days or 12 months? Make that decision. Or is it a gift for somebody else? Or is it just going to be pub talk? Make that decision before you close that page on your book. And once you've made that decision, close it up, okay? And then you don't need to go back until you're ready to add something else into the Book of Squirrels. Okay, so that is the Book of Squirrels, and it is so important for you to clear your mind of all these ideas, because that is the beauty, that's a gift that you've got to be able to come up with these ideas. And especially the more that you learn about business and the more other business owners you're in contact with, the more ideas you're going to have. So you need to have a way to take control of that so you don't get distracted and you will create the success that you absolutely can do if you stay focused on what is important. Okay, so that is the Book of Squirrels. I'd like to hear from you. You know, what sort of things would you put in your squirrel book? If you use this process, let me know. Has it worked for you? And and let me know. Get some feedback there, and just go forth. So we have the Book of Squirrels. Go get them, folks. Bye.